program you are about to hear is largely fiction.
The Rug. Welcome to Under the Rug, a behind-the-scenes podcast about comedy in Web3. Featuring the somewhat attractive and mostly pseudonymous staff of The Rug, where we take money seriously. This episode of Under the Rug is brought to you by Guild.XYZ. Let them be your Discord bouncer and keep the riffraff out. Visit Guild.XYZ to learn more. If you would like to collect a super rare and mostly sold out issue of The Rug OG Web3 Comedy Collection V1, visit therug.mirror.xyz or check out the show notes below. And you might want to pick up one of those babies soon before they're all gone, because I can neither confirm nor deny that there might be some airdrops, unlocks, perks, and other goodies planned for holders of that NFT in the very near future. And of course, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and contains absolutely zero financial advice. And with that, let's get into the show.
Now recording.
Oh, Craig has entered.
Whoa, what?
What?
That's sick.
Oh, shit. Who's
I've
this?
never seen that. Damn.
Dude, you made it.
Hello.
Hey, this entire meeting is for you. So you have to guide us the whole way. I actually think this is going to work a little better because I get off at like an hour before this meeting starts. It's like,
Yeah.
You get off work?
yeah, like TradFi job that I'm secretly trying to build an airplane to fly away from.
Complete opposites. Like I run downstairs right before this, and I'm like, "Yeah, stop! Put that video game down and get some breakfast."
Yeah.
What are you doing? Trying to get my kids organized.
Yeah, you had the kids all week, huh? So that was.
Oh yeah, this week. But yeah,
Full house.
even on a regular school day, they would be getting out the door about this time. Just the interesting thing when somebody says, "Oh, for example, we have a meeting today and a meeting tomorrow," and I think, well, what does that mean for me? Like, I don't know what that tomorrow is. If that's the following day.
Oh right.
2 days from now for me.
I felt like when I was in Croatia, I felt the same thing. I was like, friggin' US people acting like everyone's on their timeline. Like I'd be in these meetings at Bankless and someone would be like, oh yeah, it's just like at 4:30. And I was like, you mean like friggin' 3 a.m. or like whatever my time zone was.
So then you do the weird thing of like, oh, when the meeting was yesterday? Yeah, like,
Right.
Can you just add 3 hours to that meeting time for you, and then that's the time we're going to meet at? So you're doing like this weird
Constant
time
math.
zone gymnastics.
Yeah,
gymnastics.
I try to do that with the clients that we work with Bankless, where I'm like, they're like, when they try to send me like their Calendlies and all these like things, I'm like, does this time now work for you? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, this time next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just interviewing for a role with like where the majority of the team is out of like India and Dubai.
Mhm.
So that was like crazy trying to schedule those interviews.
Cool.
It's pretty fun.
Is it under wraps or what are you shooting for? I hope you get it.
Yeah, I have like a couple of opportunities actually open right now. So I'm like all courtesy of Michael Wong for the Connect, but yeah, I just interviewed with Chainlink for the first time today, and then just finished up with Mesha. If you guys you should check them out.
What are
They're
they
like
about?
a group investing platform for NFTs and crypto. It's really sick. So like they use all your individual wallets, but you sign like transactions on behalf of the team, I guess.
Okay.
So and then the team wallet executes that transaction once you have like 100% vote. So it has like snapshot functionality built into the platform. It's really cool.
So
it's just-
if you get the chain analysis one, that's like we can call that a corporate job. And then if you get,
Yeah,
the
that would
Mesha
be-
one, that's like startup territory,
You're
right?
walking the line here, but
yeah, that'd be Chainlink. The first one is Chainlink.
Or Chainlink, pardon me.
Product marketing role, but yeah. And then the Wanderers collection. I might be interviewing with them soon, so we'll see.
I love that collection.
Yeah, dude, I love. It's so good.
Yeah, the
The
art's
art
I
is
feel like
amazing.
the Wanderers are really doing a lot of innovative stuff, and
Yeah,
I don't know how they haven't kind of
right?
become more popular, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, if you're looking for yeah.
What are they all about? Should we buy
I
their
am
stuff?
looking for an NFT.
Like-
Can you lend me like 1.5 ETH real quick so I can go pick some up?
Here, why don't I
Just
just give
send
you
it
my
over.
phrase?
What was
Yeah.
our joke? The Twitter joke we were working on last week was Elon says send us 1.5 ETH and we'll send you 2.5 later, something like that.
Yeah. Was that the Dutch auction joke?
Yeah.
Yeah. So dumb.
I keep getting someone to try to donate an MFR to my cause, but nobody's taking me up on it.
Nobody takes. You need more
No,
like
it's-
pictures of.
Nobody just wants to give me stuff for
You
nothing. I don't
should
know
put
what's
a polar
happening.
bear on an iceberg, and just for like some very like you got to work with the tropes that move emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
I would cute.
Help
I
me.
want to hear more about the Wanderers though. Like, why are they dope?
Yeah.
Convince me, and I'll buy.
I mean,
one.
they're just like creating so many cool, I don't know, styles of content, like, and engaging their audience in very unique ways. So that's been a collection that I've probably been in for, I mean, since the absolute beginning. I think I remembered when they had like 1,200 followers on Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's when I got in. But
Yeah,
I'm driving right now, so you'll
you're
have
fine.
to ask Perchy for the lowdown. Obviously, he got me into Wanderers, and I just kind of sheepled in. So
I'm gonna I'm looking them
Lore.
up on
Yeah,
I have a-
we got into
OpenSea
it
right now.
I think
I have a quick
got
question
into
before we do
Michael
this.
Wong
just to-
again, just seeing like a Michael Wong retweet of like the Wanderers on his Apple Watch.
Yep.
Like, and they're really cool because they were the first one that I noticed that had this really interesting like loop. They're like these loop animations that with this really like funky soundtrack that goes along with it. You can just like watch it for hours just on repeat, just chilling out.
Yeah, there's like a crazy combination of like media all in one collection. It's amazing. Like this
is beautiful. I'm looking at it right now. It's
what's the difference between the Wanderverse and the Wandernauts? Are they
there's
pilots
so like the Wandernauts are like the people driving. It's like the first piece that was released was the Wanderverse, and that I believe that was like the Wandernauts are the people in the background driving the craft. The first piece that was released was the craft itself, and then it's just like natural progression.
I flipped my Wandernaut because I wasn't that interested. But I also love Planet Drop and kind of was really excited about that. And I obviously named my planet Boob World because I'm a big Rick and Morty fan.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. You can like write your own lore for your planet too, prior to claiming it.
Oh,
so yeah, you could just like write a little story, kind of put together some of the details. Yeah, I did do one.
Well,
I have
give me your lore. Give me the lore download.
Let me try to pull it up.
And is this the right collection? Do I have the right collection here with the Wanderers? OpenSea. It's a floor of 0.157. Not that that's the only definitive characteristic of an NFT collection.
Like, honestly worth it.
Is that the right? I've got the right one created by Wanderverse.
Yeah, that's the one.
0.157 means I'm already priced out, unfortunately.
Somebody donate. Liquidia, what's your .eth address? We're gonna put out a public cry for donate. What is it, Liquid? Is it Liquidia.eth?
No, somebody
has
the day before I went to
on.
get that, somebody I had it in my cart and I was like, I'll get to it tomorrow, or my cart, whatever it is. The next day, somebody had scooped it up. I was like, who the fuck are you?
Is ridiculous. So, they must have been like looking for recently searched items or like
maybe
some sort of a hack. Like,
they only have 3 ENS names registered. I tried to reach out to them on Twitter and I made them an offer.
Oh,
a very generous offer of 0.05 ETH.
Oh, you lowballed them.
Yeah, they're probably like, fuck this guy.
Hey, those things are cheap as chips. Like, that was a step up. That was like a 10x there. Come on,
Twitter handle, bro. Like I got the Twitter handle.
Yeah. What are you doing?
No, but real talk though, we will put your app address in the .eth address in the show notes. Do you have a DNS domain? Do you have one?
Me?
Okay. Yeah. What is it?
It's Alan Bryce. It's my name.
Oh, you're going full name.
Wow, yeah. Dox himself.
Okay.
I've been doxxed, man. I'm making stupid YouTube videos all over the place.
I want to. We're definitely going to clip one of those. Why don't you call out what that project's about? Because we're going to have to drop an audio for the listener on that.
For the
I watched one. Liquidia's doing like a snap, like he's using YouTube short style. Like, will you pitch it? What are you doing, Liquid?
I don't know.
Well,
trying to figure that out. I'm just trying to figure out how to make YouTube shorts and get better at my video editing and use this equipment I have more often. And trying to edit a 60-second video is a lot harder than one would think because everything ends up being like 3 minutes long.
I really liked your cutaway with you up against the wall and you put your name brand on there. I thought that was
yeah. So
I was like, this guy works with us. Cool.
One of them was just a comedy thing about taking cold showers. Another one was apologizing because I have to take the week off. It's just random. Hi-yo, friends. My name is Alan Bryce, and this week I kinda dropped the family ball. Not to be confused with Family Jewels, that's a video for a different channel. Skiddly dootin' dot and bebop ba-doo. So here's the story. I embarked on this personal 69-day challenge.
I think you put more effort into this video apologizing for taking time off about not making videos than I would have put into a video if I was making a video.
Joke.
I was like, the whole shtick here is just meta. Like this is highly produced video about I'm sorry I can't make videos. Like, what?
Well, because I was going to do 69 days. I was trying to do 69 days consecutively, and I started, and then my wife pointed out,
numbers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And there's going to be a video on that. They're going to
get you. Those meme numbers are going to get you.
But she's all, hey guy, you started this thing, but your kids want to hang out with you this week. And I was like, well, don't they have school? And she's like, no, it's holiday all week. And I was like, oh, shit. So then I scrambled.
Play with each other or something?
Yeah, that was my thinking, right?
The kids entertain
each other. You just like give them some toys and
she's like, not gonna fly. So yeah, I made that video to say I need to pause this thing I'm doing, even though I wanted it to be like consecutive. But yeah, that's
what's your subscriber count on YouTube? I think that question
since I just started, I think it's a 69. Whopping 9. So we need
9 subscribers.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if we can get that up.
Sorry guys, I can't make videos.
All right, cue the Wanderverse.
We got distracted from the Wanderverse thing. Yeah,
Wanderverse planetary description. This little unknown planet in a far distant universe by Ian.
Oh yeah, here. Let me find that. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, so mine just a little preface. My mountain has like mountains on it, and honestly, I kind of got screwed over here with the number of attributes mine has. So
your mountain has mountains on it?
That's
no. The planet has mountains, but
cool.
Even my abs have abs.
Yeah,
that's what everyone says who's not happy with their planet. I got screwed over with the attributes.
They got you with the attributes.
God, okay. Well, it honestly made up for it because when I pulled my Wander Knot, I got a 1 of 1, so that was pretty sick. So super rare. But
we felt sorry for you.
I had exactly. I think I had an offer for like 0.6 ETH at one point, but I decided to hold, so I'm not paper handing it. But
diamond hands.
Yeah. My description is trek deep into the mountains of Frankwell. That's what I named it. You can name your planet, and it's just at your own risk. The journey is not for the faint of heart or the heavy of foot. You'll meet head on with danger at every juncture. It's recommended you contract one of our guides to lead the way. So you only get like a certain amount of like character space. So
that's perfect.
That's what I was working with.
We'll put some background music on that, and that's your stuff. That's an audio clip.
What was I was gonna also get back to what was Perchy in this Wanderverse as well? Is that what's going on?
Are you in it, Perch?
Yeah. I've got a Wander.
You got a story?
I created one of those planets as well. I picked up some Wander Knots. I mean, not too exciting. Just a holder.
He sold his really good Wander Knot. I don't know. You can tell them how grumpy you were with that whole scenario.
Yeah, I got a pretty good one. I don't think it was a 1 of 1, but it was like it was pretty rare. It was like up there in the top like 200 maybe of rarity, or top like 100. And I had it on sale before the reveal, and then so then the reveal happened. I obviously had no idea that I was holding on to
you got
a rare one. And then someone I was like, oh, I'm really happy to sell this like before the reveal for like double the floor. And then, yeah, someone sniped it right away.
No.
So then he trawled the floor for ages, like days, looking for an equivalent good one, I think, and then went and bought some more.
I ended up buying a bunch, yeah. But
nice.
Did they do the lore on hype, or did they build their own thing, or what?
I think, yeah, they've kind of built their own thing, but yeah, there's like not a ton of hype, but like they're just.
I mean, hype.xyz, the like lore for NFTs thing.
Right.
No, it's their own thing. I think it's their own thing.
Yeah.
You probably need a disclaimer that says that the Wanderers are not sponsoring this podcast.
Hey, they might. You never know. Brian,
we need some lore about Perchy trolling the floor for ages.
Yeah.
So he walked the Wanderverse looking for the floor.
Yeah, graphic.
10,000 leagues under the sea is a floor. A floor of a floor. Brian, will you give us the lowdown on what hype is? I like joined it once for DAO Punks and then never joined and never went back.
Thing? Wait, what?
Yeah, that was the one time that I used it was for DAO Punks. So I don't know if they've opened it up yet because I haven't been back in a while. But at the time, they were bringing on one project at a time, one NFT project at a time. So we were in that wave when DAO Punks came in, and it was like a contest where
and we won it, right? I remember doing something. And like we voted. Is it hype.xyz?
I'm pretty like that's from memory, but I'm pretty sure it is hype.xyz. Okay. Yeah, we just really got like people got fired up about it, and you got like points for how many people within your cohort friended each other, and then you got we got points for joining, and then points for friending, and then points for writing lore for your NFT, which is permanent. It's not like on chain, but it's permanent within the hype world. So like if you write a story for your DAO Punk, and that's like the history, how the backstory for your NFT. If you sell it, then the new owner inherits that story. They could add to it, but the history is the history. You can't change it.
Right.
It's a pretty neat system.
I couldn't find it at hype.xyz, but we'll hunt it down. I remember joining. I joined the Discord. Have any of you guys done like a Discord server purge on your own, like Discord user or zeromass? Have you ever done that, where you just like purge your Discord? I was in like, who was it? I think it was Joshua that said it was in like 300 servers for someone. He tweeted that out. Did you guys see that?
Wow, what? 300? Okay,
300.
I did see that, and that just gave me anxiety. Like
I was like 300. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, before I got Nitro, I hit the limit. It was like 80 or 100 at the time, and then Nitro doubles it.
I just joined this 10,000 club thing.
What is happening in the world of like low digit ENS names, and how did this whole thing get started?
I was following at the beginning a NFT influencer, Daniel Got Hits. He was talking about ENS domains and giving ideas, giving alpha. And then he just made a post saying it would be such a flex to own a 3-digit domain, and they won't mince it out at all. And then his next tweet, or in that tweet, he attached how much Dubai number plates were being sold for. What happens when these people enter the Web3 space? They're probably going to want these 3-digit domains as a flex. That's how it began. This is all organic. No idea, no founders. Started saying, hey, why don't we form a club called the 999, where, just a club for people who hold 3 digits. And then that's where it personally hit me. And it was like, I said, the 999 is going to be the most exclusive club in the world of ENS, and I want to be a part of that. So then the 999 got together, and then people started moving on to 4 digits. And then the 10K club was essentially launched.
You guys messing around with that at all?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know what to think about that.
I'm trying to think. I keep trying to convince myself not to buy one. I haven't done it yet. But what are the two hot things? That and the other side. Everyone's
geez.
Is this a real thing? What are they're like prospecting that it might be land in like Ape World or whatever?
Yeah, I have a very weird, I don't know, like reaction to this, because I feel like if you're trying to like prospect by selling like virtual land, right? like eventually you're going to have an experience where like all of your holders can come in and like tour it, and you know, you'll have the ability to change everything, alter the state of it, that sort of thing. But I feel like if you're creating like a game, like an actual positive experience for people that people will actually like to come back to, like that takes more than a year, you know, like you're going to be holding on to that piece of land for a while. Hype's gonna die down.
It's gonna hype cycle for a while, and then this is not financial advice, and then it's gonna, and then it's not gonna get built, or it is, and that'll be whether or not the long hold is worth it.
Yeah, like they're not bound, you know, to any kind of agreement to continue developing it if it does hit a dead end, you know. But who knows? Maybe people will throw money at it. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I finally found it. It's HYY.PE.
HYY.PE. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
They got us with the trick spelling. What's up, Discord user? How are you this week, brother?
Hey, what's going on? I'm doing pretty good. I'm still doing a little bit of work. That's why I've been on mute for a bit. But
oh, you're good. Just pepper in whenever you want.
Brian actually pulled me in on that hype stuff. I'm looking that up now. I'm in an NFT project that's kind of like that, so I got to see what's going on here.
Okay,
cool.
Last week, I think a lot of us were here last week, but Discord users sort of led the charge with us cracking up that NFT, like where we pulled together a bunch of headlines for Elon. Has everyone in the room seen that yet? I think it's in design.
I've been chewing on the idea of like the Mad Magazine style cover. Still in my head. I still feel like that's a really interesting NFT forward way to try getting multiple jokes and a graphic together in a way that people will pay for. I feel like we have enough on the Elon stuff. Like, what if we try to do that with this graphic, where it's one headline prominent with the photoshopped image and then a couple of the other jokes as if they are other headlines underneath it? I don't know. Maybe it's too ambitious, but I'm chewing around that.
I like that idea too, because we're capturing a very like important or recognizable moment in time with
exactly.
Oh my God, Cosmic Clancy! I can't unsee that. Oh man.
Oh yeah, no, don't even worry about all that. I don't know. That was Discord user. You're gonna have to talk about that where you started taking it. I was like, no, thank you.
No, that could be. It could be like a, you know, those magazines where they do the double-sided cover. That's what that is. We just put the little fake barcode on the back with the rug in there, and then we got it.
For the curious listener, it is Elon's mug on Kim Kardashian posing for some perfume or cologne or something. It is.
It's like her face.
It's one of those you can't unsee it scenarios. I nixed it, but I really love that. This is one I just put it in rug staff. So this is like
we'll airdrop it to the people that listen to the podcast and buy the NFT of that magazine.
Hey, we'll airdrop it to anyone who doesn't buy these.
Right. I don't know. Well, so this is. I was wondering, do you guys want to ship this? I just put it in staff as like what we're going to do, like 69 of these at like 0.02, really to commemorate this Elon thing. You know, so it's an idea. There's like 2 cuts of it.
I feel like the headlines still need to be more legible. I think they get blended in a little too much in this version of it. And like the Twitter board one, I can't tell it's attached to the moon.
Right. Yeah, right. So we'll run that back through workshop and see if Clancy will take another swing at it.
Yeah, I could see where this could be easier to read, but just in general, Cosmic Clancy just gets color. I mean, like just really good.
She just kills it. Look at this next one. I'm going to upload the second one. This one is a little bit.
We follow through on the idea. I think it's a great idea, and I think it will really engage the community and the listeners. And I think it's a cool thing to have to like Discord user was saying, and like the idea that I originally posted to kind of capture that moment in quote unquote crypto history. I think it's just a really cool angle to take.
And I think the next one, the Bored Apes are asking for it. You know, like we had already talked about a version of that before the other side stuff, like just around the base movie that they were talking about. So I bet we can get some good headlines, and Clancy can whip something up. That's going to be beautiful.
Something for that. We got some decent. The other side went over well. Deputo did a really great. I'm going to drop that link to that tweet too. Deputo did a great job of graphing the Bored Apes onto the Beatles for that Abbey Road cover. It was really interesting. it's just so clean. Like I want it as like a poster. Have you guys seen this image yet? The tweet that went out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right click save that, Frank.
Yeah.
You can make it a poster.
Right click. I do. I want to like poster. Like it's just beautiful. I could see it. I could totally like. My dad's all about the Beatles. Like he has the Abbey Road. There's like 8 of the originals. He got like some collector in England to like sell them, like 2 of the 8, original images of it. And this reminds me of it, but it's like his world and then like my new world, which is this Web3 thing we're all doing, like intertwined. And I really like the entendre of whitelisted celebrities, and John Lennon's in all white. And then they're like, the joke came out of like, well, I was thinking about like, other side just made me think like, why did the chicken cross the road? Like other side of the road. And then we thought of the Abbey Road cover, and then Deputo added the apes.
The only thing is, am I missing something with other side? Is that referencing a song or something? I know very little about the Beatles. Why it's all
it's other side is the name, unless I fucked it up. It's the name, pardon my French, although it is permitted. It's the name of the metaverse for the Bored Ape shit.
And so they're crossing the road to the other side.
Right.
It is not a specific Beatles reference in addition to that.
No, the only other side of the road is that the Beatles are walking across the road to the other side.
You got to go through that metaverse portal. You got to sign that transaction to get to the other side. Just clever branding.
I spammed Telegram with it once I was instructed to do so by Frank.
Yeah, with Zeromass and I have a spamming Telegram operation going on the backside. If anybody else wants to follow our rug Telegram.
I picture you in like a 1970s like mission control room, like this really mauve like brown desk with just a big red button that says spam. It's just, you get a phone call and you just start hitting the spam button. Yeah.
We make that wait. That can be the POAP for this meeting.
Spam. I like that.
You got a cigar and a coffee stain on your shirt. Yeah.
Is that might be cute material. You can cook a spam POAP. Yeah, sorry you're driving, cute. We moved this whole meeting back for you, and now you're in the wings.
I know, man. What?
I like trying to get you a platform. What else is cracking? Bankless season 4 is popping out. Michael was asking about, MW was asking for rug stats. I guess they're going to hype us on the Twitter Spaces call. What is it, tomorrow? You guys know when today's the 1-year anniversary. Yeah. Did anybody here not get an airdrop a year ago?
I don't think I was like officially part of Bankless a year
ago.
What do you mean?
I did not.
No,
I wasn't around.
But that means
I was living with someone who got a big airdrop and gloated about it for months.
It was my first airdrop, and I mean, maybe you want to talk about it too, per cheer anyway, but it blew me away. It was like, who's really going to just give me this money? I don't know.
Yeah, I got a story, but anyone can go first.
No, you go, Liquid. You got it.
So we're talking about that initial token drop, right? And then
did we claim those? I don't even remember. Or did it just show up in our wallets?
No,
we claimed them.
I can't remember.
We claimed it. We had to have claimed it. That's right. Right.
So when that happened, like I had been in crypto like not too well. I mean, all of us have our stories of knowing about it, but I was active in it only since the beginning of that year. So around December, January, I guess, the previous year. And I have a friend who's kind of like, he was dabbling in trading, and I got that airdrop, and it was like the 35. And then I got another 15 not too long after that. I'm not sure what for, but it just showed up. And I was like, dude, I just got all this. I got like, this is, and at the time the token price was what it was. And I was like, this is like $4,000. He's like, you should sell it. I was like, no, I have a feeling. And I remember saying this in a conversation. A
year ago today, I will have wanted to.
Yeah, no, I remember saying they're going to do something with this. Something's going to happen. I'm just going to hang on to this and see what happens. And sure enough, the DAO started up, and we had kind of that 35,000.
Yeah.
Level, not buy-in, but like, level 1 status mark.
Yeah.
It was just cool. It was like my first airdrop experience that I think somebody just mentioned. It was just kind of awesome. Like, oh, this actually does happen to me,
it was
not
so
just other
cool.
people.
Yeah,
right?
It wasn't just some esoteric Web3 thing. Like the airdrop, like I just imagine like dorks like dropping like coins over like floating through clouds. And I tell you, what was it like for you, Perch? Similar. I remember gloating as well.
Yeah, it was really exciting. My first airdrop as well. Had a few more since this last year, mostly thanks to Bankless. And yeah, the only reason I claimed that the POAP was because they were doing a raffle with it. And I wanted to enter that. And then, yeah, it was like, oh, I didn't win the ETH. But then just like the next day or two, they announced like, oh, they're dropping some tokens. And yeah, turns out the tokens are worth even more than an ETH. But even with the value of, the value of the tokens is kind of less relevant to me than just the life-changing nature of being a part of the DAO, and then being able to, go on and work on all these amazing things. It's like really changed my life in a huge way.
I was thinking about that too. And, a year ago, I didn't really know what a DAO was, and nor was I in one. And now how much I've learned, like that airdrop 35,000 bank, it was really just this ignition key to like all of this stuff. And I mean, it, for one, which became what we're doing here at the Rug, and then also just an entire awareness and like desire to learn so much more about the space and all of these tools. And like now everything's like fluid and snapshot and plugging in MetaMask and like, like privacy awareness and all of these things that just have like, and then the friends. I mean, I've got like, a dozen some good friends now just because of that airdrop. So I do like that you think of it like that. Like it's not, and I also think banks go into $1 personally. Like I'm very curious where in a year from now, what that price will be like. Like I'm happy to sit on a bunch of bank.
So I'm still waiting for my 35K airdrop. Who do I call for that? Ryan C. Adams, or who's
you never got it?
I'm joking.
Zero.
I didn't.
Okay.
I wasn't around.
Are you aggregating bank? Are you in an early bank startup phase? We might have to stimulate Zeromass's bank fund. I wonder. We can't tip on this server, but I'm gonna hook you up on the other server.
Whilst you're at it, everyone.
I've been fishing for that, but sure.
Oh, you are. You're hunting. All right, let's go for it. Where do you guys? Is there a proper tipping place in the Bankless DAO? Because I feel like some of the channels.
Hype and recognition is kind of the main channel.
All right, let me look for that.
You can just throw those dollar bills anywhere. I don't think people will complain.
All right, so cute. Anyone else need bank?
I need bank.
I'm just handing it out.
I'm giving. This is the start. If you have more than 35,000, you're not allowed to say you need it.
I actually have zero bank because I cannot claim bank for my job.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude. Bittrex has like a ton of restrictions. Yeah.
I have zero bank on Polygon. Does that count?
You didn't specify chain.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I got to get this formula.
Thanks, Frank. I saw it just came through.
No, it was aired because you have to do, exclamation point tip, and then @ handle, and then the bank amount.
So if you're listening, just picture all of this in your mind. What's happening? Write your own story. Make your own characters.
That one went through. All right, you're up next, Cute.
Great, because also there was a problem with the previous.
How far away are you? How far away are you from 35K? You still got quite a distance, or are you? Because all the stuff you make, like, gosh, we don't have bank, folded in with the Rug. We do our own thing, but it's because you've just
I'm really far away, and and the last coordinate was kind of, I don't know, something messed up, and so I ended up getting like $15 bank.
Oh my gosh!
In the last coordinate round, but it's fine. I'll get there.
Do you have?
Did they not ever? I totally missed it. Yeah.
Cute. Is it cute.eth?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're gonna start a send bank fund. And ZM, do you have an ENS address yet or no?
No.
Oh, you gotta get that. Yeah, you rent them. You gotta get that ZM, bro. Come on. zeromass.eth. Go get that. Go dot.
Yeah. What do they cost?
They're not
what do they go for?
It depends on.
Kind of depends on the
characters. Yeah, the more characters, the less it costs. Ironically enough.
And then if you renew for like a certain amount of years ahead, so like 5 years ahead, it's like much cheaper in renewal fees.
Just do it for 5 if you can, just so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, 5, 10, or 15. Just like claim it. Zero mass. I really consider it. Consider it.
I will.
Yeah. Okay. Zeromass.eth is available. I just checked.
Oh, good. We got to get
That's kind
you
of a
this.
sick ENS
Quick,
address.
someone buy it before
It's a
him.
really cool
Not
address.
anymore.
You want the rug? Can the rug buy it for him and just transfer it as an NFC? You guys want to do that? It'll be. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. You should probably buy your own
That's
because
cool.
it's all like
Wait,
proprietary.
Thank you.
It's $55 for 3 years.
That's super
All right.
reasonable.
Yeah, it's cheaper than a website, right?
So
Yeah,
what
I left
happened?
the Zero Mass website a while ago. I had zeromass.com for a while, and then I stopped renewing it.
I had the same thing with Frank America, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of Squarespace, and I don't care. I'm not renewing this anymore.
Someone took it from me, so I couldn't get it back when I wanted to.
See, that's what happens.
Oh, I mean, I kept the .com. I just stopped paying for the hosting.
Oh, right. Okay, I gotcha.
I got in a bidding war for Ian.eth like earlier, or I think it was at the end of December. It ended up going all the way up to 35K. That was the final bid. 35,000 for Ian.eth.
Wow, people really care about their names. They're like,
I'm like,
no, this is mine.
They did the cascade recently of everyone buying the numbered addresses.
Yeah,
Have
can we talk about
that?
this? So like 7142.eth it has like a 2 ether floor right now, or like 2.5 ether floor. Like any configuration of four digits. And if Michael, MW's doing it, so I know
he
it's
literally
cool.
got like two, I think.
I'm sure he's going to make money on it
I
too.
bought a 5-digit one yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I
So you're
felt
joining the
left out.
5-digit club? Are the 4s gone, or are they just priced out?
Yeah, the 4s are all gone.
long gone.
Oh, they're gone? Oh, man, I almost
Fives are
bought one
still-
like 2 days ago. Dang.
5s might be gone as well. 5s were 90% this morning.
Well, gosh, it makes me less annoyed about that ENS airdrop that just turned into a friggin' fiasco plummet. We talked about that last time.
Tax liability.
Do you ever look at all this stuff that's happening and then just think to yourself, what in the hell are we doing?
Well, like, not with the .eth though, I mean, I kind of get it. I mean, look at .coms, like whatever .com. Like, it's so, those still go at a premium. So what I don't understand is, how does the .eth become a .com? Do people just like forward it, or like why is it going to be the new? Yeah, because they're billing it as the new website. Like, why is .eth a website?
Well, I think it's
because when you're getting
a username experience,
and when you're getting paid for stuff in ETH in the future, like, who wants to give them this? Like Frank America, loves peanuts. .eth. It's just too long.
Hey,
noob master 69.
Watch it out there. Yeah, I guess you're right. So it's not it's your email payment. It's like giving someone your PayPal email. I mean, I get the payment thing, but the whole like 1472, like 4 digits, is it? I guess what's the relationship between websites is what I'm trying to understand.
I was going to say the numbers are for people's PFPs, right? They're just locking in the number on their CryptoPunk or their ape or whatever.
Shoppayments.eth.
But I think you can just resolve you can resolve and have it point to whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
You can put it right up in a hop on Brave or wherever people Google and just type in a .eth and it'll float you to a website. Is that the idea?
You can do that, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a new country heard from.
I think if there's like any way to actually pull off like universal login, that would be sick.
Yeah.
For .eth.
Right. That's why. Speaking of those ENS, I think I'm just going to sit on those, because like if it does blow out into this like really major internet thing, I don't want to be like, in 2022 when I got like my $500 out, you know what I mean? Like whatever. Like that's not going to push the needle. I think I might just hold.
So I actually have a question for anybody who knows. So like if I have like a wallet address and
with you so far,
it's like an ETH address, that sort of thing.
Okay. Gotcha. Tracking.
Yeah.
So let's suppose that. Okay. Continue.
Yes. It's not like a single point of failure, right? Like the only way that it's like a single point of failure is if you give away your seed phrase, correct? Like obviously.
how did you get from A to
security
B?
question?
It started at a wallet address. First of all, you're asking the right team. We're all very qualified, high security level. All of our money's in hot wallets. We are the people to talk to.
I have a water gun on my person at all times. Security.
Well, yeah, I was
for, like, help us understand. Say that again in
well, it's not like
less Greek.
Single point of failure, right? Like a single point of access to your funds. I don't even know how to describe this. Actually, I was trying to explain how, or just like why, or like I guess like how you would use like a wallet address to someone who isn't a crypto, like into crypto at all.
You gotta give them that .eth.
And they're like, well, so if I just give away my seed phrase, then it's like if someone is able to find my seed phrase, then all my money's just gone. And I'm like, well, yeah, essentially. And he goes, well, that's kind of ridiculous. Single point of failure.
It's just like an email. It's like a login and a password.
Let's give Brian the floor on this one.
Yes.
I think you got.
I mean, we were all kind of pointing in the same direction. It's just like everything else. If I give you my bank password, then you can transfer money. If I bury something in my yard and give you the GPS coordinates, you could steal it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, but then it's like,
be stolen.
Would you use multiple ENS addresses, multiple wallets for a ton of different things? Like, would you split up your money across multiple wallets then to mitigate risk?
The only reason why I do is because I have an ENS name for my hot wallet and a different ENS name for my hardware wallet.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
I don't know. This is certainly, I mean, I think you just want that cold wallet for anything that's like an amount of money that's going to turn your stomach over.
Like if you're using it, like that kind of domain and like some information gets compromised, then they have access to as many things as you've connected your wallet to, but then you would just disconnect at the end of using it, right? To avoid anything like that.
In terms of good hygiene, that's something that I've just started kind of realizing is like, I spin up that MetaMask and then click on, disconnect. And just, I was connected to like 18 things. I was like, oh, so just like clear that cache, whatever that. But yeah, no, cold wallets on the real, bro. Like I woke up 2 weeks ago and there was a glitch in my MetaMask and everything was zeroed out except for my NFTs. I'm not going to hit you with the number, but I will tell you the feeling. And I was like, French, you know what I mean? Like, and I like really hit, like I was like, wow, it was just like a really bad day, like it was heavy. Turned out I had to update. I looked up my ENS. Speaking of that, I looked up my ENS address online. I was still holding it in the blockchain, like on the records. I still had the money, like it had a little value, and I was like, oh, it's still there. Sweet. So and then when I was able to update and reboot and re-import my seed phrase, which I was nervous about just because anytime you get that baby out, it's like, but it ended up all being there. And then the next day, is like true to my word, like I spun up my cold storage wallet and I moved everything except for just, like I said, just like an amount of money that won't turn my stomach over. And like, I feel better about it. Like I'm like sitting on a cold storage is like real, economic power. So it's definitely.
I wonder if it was during the Infura outage.
It was. So, that's exactly what it was, Brian. Yeah. And I didn't know about that. Like, and I was just like, what? And I just had to like have that feeling to be like, oh my gosh. And now like, I don't want to lose that paper wallet addresses. And I got them in the, like you do in your different spots, but like it's such a different feeling when I open up my MetaMask to just not be like, glad this isn't, nobody cleaned my clock today. Like just totally different world. And you lose out on some functionality, of course, because then you got to plug in your cold storage to do whatever with DeFi, but I feel better about it. So
Zapper got me like that a few days ago where it only loaded Polygon, but not Ethereum. So it popped up and said wallet balance, and it converts it to US dollars. So it said $300. And I was just like, $300 plus what? What? I'm like mashing the refresh button. Like, this isn't helping.
No, we know that's your whole amount.
And has anybody ever been in a situation where you're on MetaMask on your browser and you're in, say, like Matic, and then you switch over to Ethereum, but the numbers get all mixed up? Like it still thinks you're on Matic, and then you do like a double take. You're like, oh my god, I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire, this is amazing. Like nothing's
I
loaded
woke
in
up
properly.
the other day and it had done that with my bank. And I thought like my very small quantity of bank had just like gone to the moon overnight, and I was frantically trying to convert it to ETH, and then it refreshed and I had nothing again.
You're whispering to yourself, my prayers have been answered.
It's
all a lie.
Yeah, like every day we
$2. Bank to 3K.
Yeah,
reality
exactly.
then comes crashing down.
I don't know which is worse, to suddenly think you're poor or to suddenly think you're rich.
I was excited.
I think that's an easy answer to that one.
Well, I mean, once it gets yanked, you know.
I'll put the screenshot in the chat. Because I was so excited.
I'm trying to have the death. I'm going to be a downer here. The death conversation with my partner, my wife, recently, because she's not in this. She's not in this space at all.
What happens when you're 6 feet under? Where do those?
Yeah, well, it's like we always say, don't share your seed phrase with anyone.
You're like,
and then
ever?
my wife's like, yeah,
that's not a good plan.
So she's all like, so we have all all these funds here, right? And I'm like, yeah. So what happens if you're not here? And I said, well, if you don't have the seed phrase,
we're screwed.
Sorry, SOL. Like you don't get any of that. So we're trying to sort out that.
You now have to know the name of my first grade teacher to get my seed phrase.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not that situation.
I'm sure there's going to be like some nice, like, pass on lineage, trust, storage.
I think there is actually.
You can totally.
You do? Well, right now I don't have that.
Yeah,
answer.
I don't know the name, but I was actually talking about this with someone. There is an app that does that.
It's a very honorable service that I think, it's worth having, that combo. Oh, is this? But that's a good point. We can't take it with us, so definitely want to have a plan for that. That's a lot of bank. Yeah. My coin market cap like glitches out. I know everyone uses CoinGecko. I don't. I like the visuals on coin market cap better, but it glitches out like once every 3 weeks and just like thinks I have like some exorbitant amount of money, and I'm just like, oh. But so I like to think that it has like this premonition that that's where it's going, maybe. So
CoinGecko is just as bad, really.
Is it? Does it glitch?
Every once in a while, something will just go completely insane, like bank's worth 225.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just has to do with their like price oracle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so. Always say more.
Are they using Chainlink for that sort of thing? Or
that's a good question. Like, what oracles do CoinGecko?
Every time I hear that, I think of the Matrix. Sorry, apologies.
Who couldn't? Who couldn't?
Oracle, yeah.
But what's really going to bake your noodle? Yeah, let's see.
What's going to break my noodle?
It's a line from the Oracle.
How did you know?
Oh, what's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
Oh yeah, that's what we wanted to actually talk about. We never got to it. Any idea about like games that we could play on the pod? Like, I don't know. Like bring a story or like try to make a bad headline funny. Like, does anyone have any like
or just general ideas for
the for what
things
to do
that
with
could
the
be
podcast.
content on the podcast? I mean, we got a bunch of fun stuff here today.
Look up on the spot.
On the spot?
Yeah, on the spot. It's a.
I'm gonna fight the desire to never feel like. But any time someone tells me what to do, I'm just like, I don't want to look that up now.
No.
Like, how about I don't look it up and you look it up? That's what I want to say. How about you tell yourself to go look that up and then tell us what it is? No, I did just look it up.
Like a little game show podcast sort of. Well, not really a podcast, but I guess they do have like a podcast form of it. But it's like on YouTube, and it's done by Rooster Teeth. If you've heard of them,
yes,
I have.
I always thought the vibes in that on that channel were immaculate. So
immaculate vibes.
Cool. Well, that's something to check out for homework on the spot. Yeah, if you can pull something from it. Yeah. Zeromass he phoned it in. Games. Guess who said it? Wacky quote related to crypto from the prior week. We get to ask 20 questions to figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, I'm stealing that from a games podcast where they do that with video games. They get to ask 20 questions of figuring out what game the person who brought I don't know. Someone brings a game and I think they just don't say what it is and they get to ask questions and try to guess what it is.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You want to rotate into some jokes, Liquid? What do you got? In terms of
no. I was just an idea. Like we haven't really got into. Usually we come out of these sessions with a few jokes to throw up on a tweet or a headline to put in.
Let's close out with that. Is there anything that we want
that was kind of the idea.
Talk about or position this week? What's going on in crypto?
I have to ask, is there anyone interested in Brock Pierce jokes?
Who's that?
Maybe I was trying too hard in the tweet channel, but I didn't know who he was. Maybe if no one knows who he is, then it doesn't make any sense to try to make jokes about it. But it seems like
the Mighty Ducks.
Jokes. Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
Yep, that was a good test. So never mind.
Answered.
I mean,
he was one of the co-founders of Tether, apparently, but he's running for Senate and maybe president, and that's where I saw the headlines. But he's a weird guy, and it seems like he's a bit of a grifter and prior, things. And he was started in the Mighty Ducks as a kid, and he's like a child star too. There's just so much there.
Oh, there's so much there.
He sounds really qualified to be president.
Yeah, it was like Senate, straight to the Senate.
Yeah.
It's got that Mighty Ducks resume.
The website is titled Brock Pierce for President, and I saw a photo of him in front of a
typo in it.
You go there, and then you go there. It's Brock Pierce for Senate. So
that's funny.
I don't know if he knows
which one.
But yeah.
There's something to cook. It sounds like it might not be a wide enough appeal. I was thinking maybe something on these four-letter domain names, like some sort of crack a joke about characters, 4 letters, numbers. I don't know what the positioning is. Is this ludicrous? I'm not sure what the angle is in terms of the funny. There's a lot of that.
I think that's a good topic to go after.
It seems big enough, and like we I don't want to say should, but we could comment on that. But I guess we can round out with this as I thought. What would our positioning be about this 10,000 club? What do we think about it?
Wait. Is the 10,000 club separate from the ENS?
No, I think that's what they're calling it. That's just what they call their Discord 10K club.
So
you could link it to your 4-digit PIN number, or I mean, you guys are the funny ones and stuff.
No, I like that.
Show off your 4-digit PIN for your Amex or whatever with your new ENS domain.
Like social security,
pretty good. Yeah.
Like that's funny.
Got to make a run on the ATM soon.
Right. Yeah. Use your how can we what's the spin there? Like use your ATM pin for
register your .pin address.
Yeah. I can see it.
Well, it's like, hey, at least it's not my seed phrase.
Yeah. What else? Anything else cooking? Did anything else? We got the other side stuff. Did anybody else come across something that they wanted to chop at?
No, it was all the other side. Like the amount of gas that was used.
Yeah. What was that? So it was just huge, right?
170 million in gas.
What?
Yeah. We could do a little joke on Yuga Labs forks Ethereum or starts own chain, forgets to hire Solidity developer or something like that.
Yeah, Yuga Labs
because of how unoptimized that contract was.
Right.
Yeah, I think of the 170 million burned in gas, like 100 million of it was just wasted.
Now, what is a wasted gas like?
Like failed transaction.
Oh, so it's still spent. But just nothing comes of it.
Yeah, it doesn't come.
The miners did their job. They processed the transaction. Wow. You just weren't part of it.
100 million?
Yeah, US dollars.
Of unusable flatulence?
Yeah.
It's like they were too busy trying to look good for to go out to the club that they forgot to zip up their fly. It's just because they're all about branding, right?
It's all it's so posture. Zeromass wrote 1234.eth, which I just think is a great joke. Because everyone put their pins. Put your pins in.
There's that space. Is it Spaceballs with the combination to the luggage?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, give it to me.
The combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the stupidest combination I ever heard in my life. That's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage.
You got me on the reference. 1, 1, 1, 1.
That's the graphic for the graphic for the joke.
That's totally the graphic. Okay, we could totally. Gosh, I'd love to make that. What would the headline be? So we got Spaceballs graphic.
Yuga Labs could also sell canned air. There's 2 jokes there, and everybody would buy it.
1, 2, 3, 4.eth, and then it's something like this. You're a whiz at the headlines Discord user. Something with ATM pins for.
I missed the first bit of the conversation grabbing my dinner.
Oh, it's just like this. You're good. The first 4 was just like this 10,000 club using 4-digit domains. How that correlates with PIN number. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4.eth out of that, and then like a Spaceballs, Spaceball reference as like the password. But then I was thinking some sort of tweet copy, security first, ATM pins. I mean, we can bake it offline. Just thought you might have something. That's funny. Dark Helmet is the character.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Your
Dark
Schwartz.
Helmet.
It's Rick Moranis who made
Schwartz.
those Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in that movie. He just retired, sailed off into the sunset on his.
Was it a Mel Brooks? Was it a Mel Brooks?
I think
Mel
so.
Brooks film?
Yeah.
He did a ton of stuff.
Yogurt.
All right. Any other ideas for podcast tropes, conceits, devices, maneuvers? Otherwise, we'll just chop it up like this once a month and just keep kind of fine tuning. Throw some things in the show notes. Oh yeah, maybe we'll do a cutaway to that crypto boomer thing that we pushed out. MW asked me to talk about it on Bankless the community call last week.
Crypto Boomer by Frank America. When I think about cryptocurrency, I know I'm so rich. I keep telling myself this as I count my change to pay for groceries. Some people think Bitcoin is worthless, and they prefer to hold gold. But you can't throw a bar of gold to Nigeria or El Salvador. If you can, you probably shouldn't. You might hit someone and be charged with assault. When Elon Musk tweets negatively about Bitcoin, think of Bob Ross. All your bags, they're birds now. In bear markets, just go for a run and get out of your head. It's not all about money. In bull markets, you should have been buying during the bear markets. Why were you out running?
I actually cooked that before we even did ship the first NFT. It was like hey MW, I'm funny, work with me, and I was like trying to get that.
But that has the visual element. People should see that.
Yeah.
Not just hear it on a podcast.
I concur. They can see it in
We can
the
link
show
it.
notes. I mean, it's a good cutaway. I mean, unless you don't want to run it.
This isn't
No.
a video podcast just yet.
Yeah.
I do have like a request, like a recurring request that I think would be like a good place to start for meetings and for, I guess, podcasts, because we don't know which parts of what meetings are going to get. Which part of what meetings are going to get turned into podcasts. But at the very bare minimum, if everyone could come with like one joke they wanted to workshop, and then also at the beginning, I like the spontaneity of us just talking about life and just what's happening in general. Maybe if there's just something that happened to you in the week or since you were in the last meeting that you just want to chat with. I think that would be good fun.
I like the one joke thing. I mean, maybe. I mean, the what happened.
Well, I mean,
maybe
not
what
that
happened this week in crypto.
but
I don't really
just
want to dive into personal stories. I think it'd be more
you
interesting
know,
to talk about
not like super personal, but
Web3
like just
shit.
something that happened. Yeah, it could be with a Web3. I'm not like, tell me about the time you lost one sock in the laundry machine. You couldn't find it until another week, and then it was in the dishwasher. Not
It's
like
like that
bullshit like
Seinfeld bit about me on Sunday. I'm getting out. It's dry.
The dryer is their only chance to escape, and they all know it. They do escape from the dryer. They plan it in the hamper the night before. Tomorrow, the dryer. I'm going. You wait here.
But like we started this meeting, this session, just talking about random crap in crypto and what happened, not necessarily what's your joke. We were just kind of musing about the industry.
Yeah.
So just something interesting that you thought happened, and then maybe like a joke you were working on. That's what I was getting at.
Something interesting that happened during this podcast is I got zeromass.eth. So
you got it.
Oh,
yeah,
you got it.
for 5 years.
Okay, so now anyone listening that wants to donate to the Zero Mass,
Chris in my wallet.
Bank, you can send bank token to zeromass, mass.eth. And if you do that, he will be happy.
And while you're at it, send an MF to me, and all will be right with the world.
And Liquidiate, thank you for giving it some structure, because I was still just like, it's a clown car. Whoever says what, let's just do whatever. And you're like, yeah. So about that podcast, we should probably try to. And I was like, meh. So you're right.
Did you do that? Yeah, I don't think you did that voice when we
chatted.
You know that.
Oh, you gotta get that. Man. Well, I think that calls it for today. We are sticklers on time. Everyone, Godspeed.
Sweet.
Bye.
Bye.
Like that.
No, let's just keep it going. Right? No,
I gotta get Craig out of here. It's like, okay. He was driving the car, and then he just kind of opens the door and jumps out, and we're like, okay, are we still moving?
That's how it works with a clown car, I think.
Who's flying the plane? Oh, and one last thing before you go. If you want an I Listen to this episode of The Rug POAP, DM The Rug on Twitter @TheRugNews with the password to receive a claimed code. Offer expires 30 days after the release of this episode. Thanks again so very much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.